everybody, I have gotten my first 2 dislikes on the previous video. Yes! And so, to make up for the negativity, and generally last week's video wasn't the most positive, I understand that. So to make up for the negativity, and generally because I want to stay a positive channel, I decided to, put up something more pleasurable today. And that is how I escape my problems. Just kidding, that's wrong, but we're gonna get into that in a moment. This video is going to be about how I keep myself happy. Now, basically all the things I'm gonna say are a method of escaping. But here's the deal. So escaping your problems and escaping reality is not a good thing. If you don't want to cope with your problems, if you want to pretend they don't exist and just, escape into something, that is never good for you, because they're just gonna pile up and it's gonna get worse. Trust me, I've been there, I know. But I personally see nothing wrong with sometimes just taking a break. You've had a totally shitty day, everything just went to fucking hell, everything's wrong. Give yourself a break, treat yourself, oh sorry, asthma attack coming on. Do something good for yourself and, do something to solve a problem and just give yourself a break later on. Just chill, it's fine. You can do this from time to time. You can pretend nothing exists, or maybe it's just a problem you can't solve, then... Now, don't get me wrong, I do not want to encourage anyone here to decide, okay, I'm not gonna deal with my problems at all, I'm just gonna fucking, pretend they don't exist. No, I do not want to encourage you to do that. But everyone has worse days, and on those worst days, when people are just sad, you sometimes just deserve a break, and I feel there's nothing wrong in taking one day or a few hours off just to not focus on the problems and do something positive. Some of you might have depression, and yeah, those those tricks will not cure your depression, they will not heal you. I mean, they're just tips for feeling better, so But I feel that if you're depressed, it doesn't mean you're sad constantly. Like, you can do something, so you can be happy for half an hour, for instance. I feel that half an hour is important. If you go back to feeling totally like shit later on, that half an hour is important, okay? So, plus, I feel that making yourself happy is also kind of, something you can do to fight depression. So, this won't heal you from depression, this won't cure you in any way, this will not substitute therapy or anything else, but, maybe it will make a few minutes or half an hour or an hour of your life just be better than it was before. Without further ado, I will tell you my ways of escaping from time to time, because I just, in my situation, I just don't want to deal with people's shit, because I'm so done. I'm so fucking done. So in my case, these are the things I do to escape from time to time, to feel a little bit better, to just chill and ignore the outside world. Number 1, which you probably might have guessed, is books. Now, I personally feel that escaping reality into another reality is the best option for me. Now, of course, you shouldn't do this constantly. I mean, you should read constantly if you want that. Reading is great and amazing, but you shouldn't substitute the real world with, a fictional one. Like, if you pour your heart and soul into that world and totally ignore this one, it's not gonna end well either. But from time to time, I feel like escaping into a book, escaping to Terry Pratchett or Agatha Christie or something, just deciding, hey, you know what, I deserve a break, I deserve to ignore this world for this Saturday and just escape and do my thing. And so I read. Some people don't like to read, maybe haven't found the right book, but some people don't like to read, and in such a situation, that's okay. Some people watch movies, some people watch TV series, that's totally fine too, as long as you don't, let it overwhelm you and take your whole entire bloody life. I plan on making a feel-good books video, so this will be a video where if you don't like reading at all, maybe one of those books will help you decide that you do, or if you do like reading, that, maybe you'll think, okay, yeah, these are books that I want to read to make myself feel better. But apart from that, yeah, books are a great way for me, because I escape into a reality that's more positive, has less irritating people, and generally just makes me happier. So I do that. But as I mentioned, if you prefer Netflix or something, you do you. You do whatever you have to do to be happy. Number 2, if you play a musical instrument, music is a great get out, you know, to get out your frustration. I play the guitar and I write songs, and that is just the best thing for me, because if I really gotta get something out of my chest, I just take the guitar and I just lose myself, and I could play for hours and hours and hours. And if I write a song, if I put lyrics into it, if I put my emotions, I oftentimes feel better. Now I understand that not everyone, you know, plays the instrument, not everyone likes music, not everyone can create, you know, music, I don't know. But for me, most of the time I don't even play my own music, I just play songs that I really like Dig Up Her Bones by The Misfits, it's one of my favorite songs to play, or Zombie by The Cranberries. And you know, just chilling there with the guitar, it's a really good way to get out all your frustration and anger and misery without actually hurting anyone. Well, maybe apart from your guitar, but don't hurt your guitar. But I think the same goes for other instruments. You can do the same with the piano, with the drums, with the violin, as long as you don't destroy those instruments. So, you know, just getting an instrument and letting all your emotions flood through it, that's a great way for me to just feel better. So, I don't know, maybe you do that too. Maybe you'd like to take up playing an instrument and just needed, you know, some nudging. Well then, here you go. Here's some nudging. Yes. Number 3, sports. And now, yes, I know before you say anything, sports sucks. No, I'm just kidding. Don't get me wrong, I used to be a person who hated sports most of my life. Like, I'd love to ride the bike when I was a kid, and I used to roller skate, and I used to have a skateboard and everything. But like, I became a teenager, and then I was like, meh, sports is yucky, and I never went out of the bloody house. But a few years back, I rediscovered my love for sports. I rediscovered my love for roller skating, and I started to pole dance. And those are 2 great ways to actually feel better as well. Now, I'm not saying like if you really don't want to do sports, I'm not going to force you, of course. But pole dance, in my case, is a good way to get your emotions out, because it's a very painful sport. Now, I'm not saying masochism yourself. Please don't. Masochism is not okay. Don't hurt yourself. But, you know, if you've got some frustration to get out, if you've got some negative emotions to get out, nothing's better than just, you know, going and bloody, you know, doing everything you can on a pole and just like, you know, swinging and shit, and nothing is as good as that, honestly. Well, maybe boxing. I've never boxed in my life, I don't know. But, so yeah, so that's what a pole does for me. It helps me get out of my frustration and anger. And roller skating is great for me because I can just, when it's nice weather, I can just get out of my house and take my roller skates and just go for a walk. But I don't like walks, so I go on roller skating. You know, just me, my music, chilling. There's not really a lot of, I mean, okay, when the sun is up, there's a lot of people around. But generally, I live in a nice, quiet neighborhood, and just taking my roller skates, going for a walk, chilling is amazing to clear my head. It's amazing to just let me be alone, which I need a lot. I need a lot of alone time to feel good. So, yeah. So when I say sports, I don't mean you have to play bloody volleyball or basketball or whatever. There's so many bloody things you can do that are just amazing and work just as good. And plus, you know, when it comes to sports, it's their whole endorphin thing, like endorphins. So basically what endorphins are, they are morphine that your body produces for you, and it's kind of, well, it's a very, very simplified version, but basically like inside morphine that doesn't addict you. I mean, most of the time it doesn't get you addicted to itself. And if you do a lot of sports, your body produces that shit, basically. Yeah. So that's why sport also makes you happy. And the last thing, now this may just be me, but I like food. I know you can't probably really tell, because I'm actually bloody skinny, even with all the muscles which you can't tell under the shirt. But I actually really like to eat. And of course, I'm not saying you should overeat, because overeating is also not healthy. Like, you should, you know, your body is a temple and all that shit. But when I'm feeling really down, I just think to myself, okay, you know what? I deserve this treat. I deserve this McDonald's this one time. I deserve to make myself some fucking pancakes, thank you very much. And sometimes just eating might make you happy, especially since food is something that is necessary for serotonin to be produced, and serotonin, contrary to popular belief, is not the happy hormone, but it's definitely somewhere in there when it comes to happiness. It does help you be happy. When it comes to hormones, it's generally that most hormones are not just, you know, they don't do one thing, they kind of do a lot of things, but like that's what how hormones actually work is like a totally different video. So eating is good. Just remember, don't overeat. Don't harm yourself, and probably don't eat too many nasty things. But I feel like, you know, treating yourself from time to time, like once a month maybe, once every 2-3 weeks, saying I'm gonna go to McDonald's, I deserve this shit. I don't think that's gonna kill you, to be honest. So those were my 4 things I do to make myself feel better. Maybe they work for you, maybe they don't, you know, it's not magic, it's not psychology, those are just things that work for me, and I decided to share them because I want people to be happy, and, you know, maybe one of those things would make you happy. Like, they seem so stupidly simple now that I talk about them, but those are things that really help me feel better, and so I decided, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna tell you guys. And if you're feeling really down and you have no one to talk to, you can always write to me. I'm always here. I always love you. I will always listen to you. Write to me at InsomniacVicky on Instagram if you ever feel the need to chat, because that's the only place I'll probably respond. Sorry for that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment what you do to stay happy, because I want to know, like, I could do with some other things to do to make myself happy. So comment what you do to make yourself happy down in the comments below, and subscribe to my potato face if you think I'm not full of shit. If you think I'm full of shit, you can also subscribe. But honestly, I don't care enough to be full of shit. I mean, I don't really care what people think about me, so I don't care about putting a fake persona out there, because I'd have to care what people think about me to do that, and I honestly don't. Guess you couldn't tell. Okay, never mind, this is stupid. Let's get it over. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you see you next time. Mwah. Bye bye, I love you guys.